We truly do work differently. We walk the talk. We talk often with clients about how they need to model the way for their staff. They need to take care of themselves. They need to lead with a human-centric focus. They need to be authentic, create psychological safety. We say all of these things to the clients, and Huong and I do that in our work with each other all the time. We check in with each other before we get into the work. We know that it's safe to share when we're struggling, when it's hard. If we get on a call together and it's just been a particularly tough time, we can say it, and then we support each other in whatever way that needs to look like. And I think that kind of, I don't know, authenticity, that kind of genuine approach to work and what we want to see others do as well, it elevates us. It makes me more bought into what we're trying to help others do as well. Yeah, the best thing about working together, we're learning and growing together so much every single day. And we do that as, the wonderful, imperfect humans that we are. And I think we appreciate each other exactly as we are.
One of the best things about working together with Angela on GigifyWork over the last 6 years has been how we have learned to push and challenge each other. Both of us have grown a lot, not just professionally, but also personally. It takes some serious work to do this in a partnership. A lot of entrepreneurs have really strong ideas, and I think both of us do too. But when you're working in a partnership, it is about finding ways to build on each other's ideas to create something that is better than any of us could have come up with on our own. And I think over the last 6 years, we've really figured out a way to integrate our ideas with each other. And that requires a lot of grace, a lot of trust, and a whole lot of open communication. And as the result of our ability to push and challenge each other, I think we've built a business that doesn't look anything like it would have if each of us were going at it alone. And that to me is the most beautiful thing about a partnership.
The funniest thing I've learned about Huong is that time is different for her. So I'm an overthinker. I ponder things a lot. And before you'll see anything on paper, there's like a whole bunch of work that happens up here. And so to meet someone who takes an idea and is just like, boom, puts it on paper, turns it into something as fast as she does, I find that so amazing and also sometimes kind of funny. Like sometimes I feel like I should just start a stopwatch. As soon as we talk about an idea, I'll start a stopwatch, and it's like a horse race. I just bet on how fast Huong will turn around I've been thinking about that, and I now have a draft, and I've changed our website, and I've already lined up interviews with 3 people to vet the idea. Like it's just truly, it is astounding. It is inspiring. Sometimes it is hilarious how fast Huong moves. It's fast. It's really fast.
The funniest thing I have learned about Angela is super uber excited about brainstorming. She loves brainstorming new ideas. I could tell when we started talking and she has an idea and she just ready. She just go. She can generate so many brilliant ideas. This is what I love about her. And she just gets so jazzed and so excited. That's where she thrives, is this the brainstorming, the generating of ideas. And I'm the practical person. So I'm already thinking about how we're going to make this happen. What are some of the challenges and barriers that we're going to face? And when she's still in like the ideation stage, I'm already at the implementation stage, right? So it's quite funny seeing the two of us work together. And over the years, we've learned to kind of give a cue and create space for both of us to do what we do best, right? So now Angela would tell me, dream with me. And I know that's her cue to like stay up here, stay in the ideation stage with me, and let's generate some ideas. Let's just enjoy the excitement of dreaming and not worrying about what's feasible and what's not. And then I would have my own cue where I'll tell her, okay, let's start putting together a plan. And that's my cue to her to say, okay, I'm done ideation. I'm done with generating ideas. It's time for us to start thinking about, okay, which idea are we going to pursue and what needs to be in place in order to make that happen. So I would say that's probably one of the funniest things about working with Angela.
When I picture our future with Gigify, I picture hearing the feedback that the experience with work is completely different after working with us. And I want to hear that not from one person, I want to hear it en masse. I want to hear it from the leaders and the workers at multiple organizations. I want them to be able to say that before working was hard and now it is better for them. I want to have multiple organizations say that their culture was shifted, that their approach to work was shifted. The feedback that Huong and I receive right now for workshops that we run, it fills our cup. I could read those reviews after we've met with a group of people on how it resonated with them, how they could relate, how helpful it was. And I feel like that gives me the energy to keep going. Yeah. And I want to be able to say that we played a part in making workplaces better and more human-centric.
This is a tricky question because if you had asked me 6 years ago what I envisioned for GigifyWorks, it's not where I am today. We've evolved the business quite a lot over the last 6 years. We have moved from trying to provide solution only at the individual level to zooming out a little bit and wanting to create a more systemic approach to making change, because we understand that it doesn't really matter how many people we coach and support to find better balance and support their well-being if we can't support organizations and teams to figure out how they can create the right conditions so that the people who are working on the team can feel supported and can be set up for success. So we've pivoted a lot in the last 6 years, and I think we are still continuing to evolve. So I don't frankly quite know where we're going to be in 6 years, but I think the one thing that has stayed true for us in the last 6 years is we want to create a more flexible, inclusive workforce. We want workplace to work for people, not just one group of people or one type of people. We want work and leadership to work for a wider range of individual, and that they don't have to leave a certain part of themselves at the door if they wanted to move up into that senior leadership level. That's what we're working for. And I think the other piece for us in the next 6 years is I want to create more of a community, I think a lot of us are trying to do this work on our own, either as consultant outside or leaders are trying to do this work on their own. And we really don't have to go at it alone. I really wanted to figure out a way to build a community around this. How can we support each other? How can we help raise each other up? How can we amplify each other's voice so that we create more momentum to make change in this area? So that's what I would see us venture in over the next 6 years.